It's August 10th at 10:07 a.m. Eastern. Sorry, had a little late start to the morning and apologize about the last podcast. I'll actually talk about that in a second if you guys would like on what happened. It was a pretty crazy situation. All right, let's go live. Let's make sure we're live here. You guys can begin calling into the phone number below. 813-618-2075. Welcome everybody to the podcast. And if you're not familiar with this, we do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we're live on YouTube. Let me just make sure we're live on YouTube. Oh, we are live on YouTube. Okay, cool. Fantastic. All right, let's get this show on the road. Cool. Welcome everybody. I apologize for the last podcast. What happened was the reason I cut it off in the middle, and this is not this did not actually, before this comes out of my mouth, this did not actually happen. But my girlfriend went for like a basic procedure, just like checkup, and she got an email saying she had esophagus cancer. And then we went to the doctor. Obviously, that was a huge cause for concern. And she was freaking out. I picked her up from work and went to the doctor. And they were like, whoops, it was a typo. That's not even possible because we didn't even check you for that. So that's what happened in the last podcast. And I apologize for cutting. Oh, I guess I don't really apologize for cutting it off because obviously that matters just a bit more. But yeah, doctor completely screwed up and told my girlfriend that. And that's what happened. All right. You guys can begin calling into the number below. I'll start this off. You should tell Boston Card Hunter. Is that the guy that makes videos? Is he still making videos? If he is, that's funny. He must have the biggest crush on me. Tell him to call into the podcast. Well, I'm sure he's aware. I'm sure he's taking clips from this podcast and used it for his content. So he's aware when we go live, and we have a nice phone number below. Anybody can call in. Haters, not haters. You love me, you hate me. Feel free to call in. All right. Actually, I haven't looked on eBay in a little bit because last weekend was pretty crazy for me. All right. Let's look. So it's like an interesting time because basically right now is like buying basketball, it's getting a little closer-ish to the season. Football, can't really buy that stuff. So I'm going to start buying baseball here soon. I actually have a whole list of baseball like prospects I'm probably going to buy. One of them is my boy Connor Griffin here, who is having an okay season, but his value has dropped dramatically. Like, look at this. I think this is a pretty easy-ish buy. What's it, 2024? I'll be buying these. Where is it? Autograph. I will definitely be buying these. Look how much these have fallen in this whole year. These were like 2,000. I remember I bought one. I bought one of these at a show for like 16 or 1,700 and flipped it for 2K. Now they're cut in half to 1,000. I'm actually surprised they're not worth less, but I'll definitely be looking to buy stuff like that. Guys whose seasons have ended, guys who have underperformed. I'm still buying some basketball as well. I bought a decent amount at the National Card Show. So, but let's just see. I still think, let me see if Cade Cunningham's going up in value yet. I think he's such a good buy, just personally. I'm not just saying that because I have money in him. Okay, it's slowly going up. It's like slowly going up. Actually, it's kind of going up a lot. It's up 20%. This was $800. Now it's 1,000. I think Cade is such a good buy. I think it's an easy one. It'll go up in value. Then there's not a lot of Prism PSA 10s as well, which makes it even better. So like buying his Silver Prism PSA 10, in my opinion, is a lot better than buying like Wembanyama because there's probably like 20 or 30% of them, and they're way harder to grade. The year of 2021 Prism, for whatever reason, was brutal. I don't know why, but just brutal. You can just see there's only one on auction. Only one, that's it? Damn. Oh, there's some others. Prism. Let's just type in, let's get rid of PSA 10. Let's just type in Prism. Okay, I'm just curious what auctions are ending. It's tough to find his cards. PSA 9, Red Ice, PSA 10, located in Canada. Interesting. I might bid on that. 2021 Prism stained glass, but this is college, not my thing. I'd even buy some 9.5s if push came to shove. Let me fix this. One mid bid count. Let's see what Cades are. Scotty Barnes. I think Scotty Barnes is also a decent buy. I don't have any cards of his, but I think that's pretty solid. Cade. Let me type in his whole name. Maybe there's just not a lot on eBay right now. PSA 10, 5 days left. Solid. Super solid. PSA 9, Purple Wave, or best offer. Wow. Look at that. That's a whopper. $200,000. It's not worth that, but that's insane. PSA has a lot of them. This seems cheap. What is that? Why does that seem cheap? Let's see. Oh, it's not that cheap. I guess. Oh, wow. I thought that would be way more expensive. Maybe I'm just used to looking at Wembanyama's. And let's start the callers. The queue is open. You guys can begin calling in. Please, when you call in, just all you got to do is just call in one time, and you'll be in the queue. I promise. Hero Halliburton is the guy right now. He did a full interview. He did a full-on interview with an ex-member of your program. Oh, hopefully. I'm sure it was someone that was not pleased with it, because the reality is, like, I think I've said this to you guys before. Like, all we are is an information base, right? That's all it is. It's like, here's the information. Go out, do as you please with it. And most people are happy. Most people get results, but just like any school, like any education program, you're always going to get people that are not happy. So I'm sure the person he interviewed was not happy. That's what I would do if I was him. If I was looking to create beef, I would just find someone that's not pleased. I mean, we've sold 5,000 people, and just on any given month, roughly about 3% of people ask for a refund. So right there's like, what is that number? Like 150 something people are like pissed off enough to ask for a refund. And there's another probably handful of people that just aren't happy as well. So it's just like me. Like, I went to college, right? I'm not happy with my results from college. I had to give Rutgers University $120,000, and they gave me information, on calculus and pre-calculus and expository writing, environmental science, but I never actually used it. And because of that, if I can get a refund, I could. But with college, there's no refund, unfortunately. So Eric always praises to just watch the show. That is what I say. I do say that a lot. Hey, Eric, do you think Topps Chrome Update Basketball will be worth the same as Topps Chrome? No. Topps Chrome will most likely, except for obviously the debut patches, most likely Topps Chrome will be just a smidge above it. But it's close. But Topps Chrome is kind of going to be like, think of Topps Chrome like Prism, right? It's just the best product to buy for basketball. So, yeah. You guys can begin calling in. Vanessa, can you lower that just by one? If you could. That's on the lowest? Is it on the lowest? Oh, okay. Keep it. Never. Oh, no, it's all good. Just keep it. Thank you. Well, if you guys see, this is what happens on this podcast. You guys kind of wait for the first person to call in, and then the first person calls in, and then like 30 of you guys call in at the same time, and then I'm left hanging like 10, 15 people. It's Bobby. Eric, do you sell any of your cards online? I like to buy. I trust you have good cards. I actually sell very little to none online. I have a bunch of cards with alt right now. So they'll be in the alt auctions, but no, I actually, I can't sell cards on Facebook anymore, because every time I post, there's like I get like a million comments of people like either asking me questions or people kind of trolling. So Facebook's kind of out of the question for me at this point. It's where I used to sell most of my cards, but I do a lot of my business at card shows because I film content, so it just makes the perfect sense. I'd rather sell a card at a card show, honestly get more cash, make more money, and film the content for it. So yeah. All right, Canada, first caller. You have Eric, you're live.
Hey, Eric, it's Michael up in Canada. How's it going, man?
What's up, Michael? How can I help?
Yeah, I had a couple quick questions here. So, one's football related, one's basketball. So, for the football one, a couple quarterbacks that I've been buying, if the opportunity is Stroud and Tua. So I picked up one of the cards I picked up was a Tua rated rookie. It's an optic hollow out of 99 on card auto, and I picked it up for only like $200. That's Canadian, by the way.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering, in your opinion, how soon would you sell that? Because it looks like he's going to be the starting quarterback. Should I wait till a little bit more hype is around him as he starts playing, or sell it right before the season starts? Like, what would you do with that? Because it's a pretty cheap card, and I could see them getting a little bit of bump in value on that one.
So with that stuff, I'm always going to give you the same answer. Just when if Tua is not the starter, I would hold it. But if he's going to start week 1, which we don't know, is that the rumor? Tua is going to start?
That's the vibe that I'm picking up from all the news that I'm seeing. So
okay. But anyway, so if he's starting week 1, I would 1,000% sell it before he plays it down. But if he's not going to start week 1, let's say Penix gets hurt week 5, and then Penix is going to goes down, and then Tua is going to start, then I would definitely sell it right before he plays. So like regardless, just sell it right before he plays. That's the simple answer.
I kind of figured as much. So.
Yeah, because like the reality is, like out of all the quarterbacks that play this year, maybe a few will play well and their values will go up a lot. Tua could be one of those guys, but the odds of it happening, not high. I actually personally think, like just my own like personal opinion, I think he's going to do well there. He's in a dome. They have every piece on offense you could ever imagine. So I actually personally do think he's going to do well, but the Falcons, they'll get like 7 or 8 wins. It's not going to be overwhelming what they do. Like the reason I like Stroud, and once again, it's a complete gamble, like holding somebody into the season. But like the only reason I like Stroud is simply for the fact that I think the Texans are the best team in football, and they're going to win a lot of games, which means his value will go up. That's it.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Cool. And then the other one is I'm actually driving to go look at a card right now. This is a local buy. Someone's selling this on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
It's a Jalen Brunson auto. It's the Optographs 2022. From what I'm seeing, it's like selling about $430 to like $300 range last 3 or 4 sales. And I just want to make sure I'm reading the values properly, because if this is in good condition here, like you're selling it for like $250, so it seems like a no-brainer. But I just don't know much about this specific car, but it seems pretty decent.
Let me look it up. So it's Jalen Brunson what?
Optograph. OPTIC hyphen graph. Optograph, yeah.
So optic graph?
Opti, no C.
Optograph. Hold on, I'm not finding it. Optograph. Aha, I see it.
The pattern looks like a red Mojo kind of pattern.
So the one you're buying is not graded?
It's not graded. It's raw.
I only see one sale, and it was 2 years ago from 2024. You said there's recent sales?
I didn't see the date. I was looking at it pretty quickly, so I was just looking at the last 3 or 4 sales on what it was doing. So.
And which one are you buying? The red one?
Yeah, it's got like a red. It looks like a red Mojo, but it doesn't say that in the title.
And and how much are you paying?
They're selling it for $250.
And Canadian. It's not graded?
Not graded.
The only sale, obviously, Brunson's value's up a lot. So I guess, why do you think that's a good deal? Let me get your opinion before I talk. What's your opinion?
Well, I see it as a quick flip. Like if the value is where I see it, but if it's in good condition, obviously I'd want a great card.
So the only thing I see, I find it hard to believe there's no other sales, but I guess that's what it says. I see it sold for $50 in 2024. So his value's up a lot, but I don't think it's worth 5 times of what it was 2 years ago. So I wouldn't buy it if I was in your shoes, unless you see a sale. I could just be missing it, obviously, because I find it, like I said, it's weird that there's no other sales. It's strange. But so I don't think you'd be able to flip it quick. If it was already a PSA 10, then I would say, okay, a quick flip probably. But there's no sales, and then even if you're right and the card is worth that, you're gonna have a tough time selling it because people are just gonna look at the comps and be very very cautious as to what they would pay.
No, that's fair. No, that's totally fair.
So, just to give you a heads up, I don't want to see you blow money just because the card looks cool.
Yeah, no, I'll have to reevaluate those sales then, because I'm positive I saw a few sales, which I thought was odd that it'd be worth that much. But no, I appreciate the caution.
Yeah, you could be right, because like I said, I only see a few sales here, and it's weird that, am I spelling Jalen wrong? No, yeah, I don't know. It just, yeah, I don't. These are the only sales I see. So if you see something else and you see a recent sale of like $300, $400, then sure. But yeah, these are all. So I wouldn't buy it if I was in your shoes. I'd pay like $100.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. No, I appreciate it.
Cool, man. Thanks for calling in.
You betcha. Take care.
Hopefully, I saved them some money.
Eric, good morning.
There he is. It's been a while, man.
I know. I've been rocking and rolling. Do you mind if I take the mic on your show for a second? Like, I'm sitting behind the desk.
Take the mic, as in you want to speak to the audience?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Do it. Go for it. It's all yours. The floor is yours.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. So I love watching your podcast, Eric. You do a great job. You mean well. You're a nice guy. But you can't be a dick because you're selling your program. Makes sense. But for the guys that are asking for comps, let me save everyone a little bit of time. If you're looking at cards and it's a rookie card, just compare it to the other rookies.
Yep.
That way you get a good idea, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's try that first. Let's also look at the player's market. For example, I bought a Michael Jordan card that hadn't sold in a few months, but we could all guess that Michael Jordan's value kept going up. So I wasn't scared to buy it. So you guys got to look at the player's market, look at the last sale, do like a little coagulation of some sorts. That's how you're going to make real money in this hobby. Real money.
Well
and
said.
then if you're asking Eric to grade there's a card, there's two things. Eric's one is going to...
Oh, the call failed, Randy. I was enjoying what he was saying, too.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
It timed out. The last thing he said was asking me to grade.
Yeah. So if Eric's asking, for you guys are asking Eric to grade a card, that's like asking me if this girl's hot. It's all about the condition. I mean, come on, guys. Now, if you double your money in a PSA 10, go for it. If you're only going to lose a little bit in a 9, it's worth sending in. You just play the numbers game. I mean, I've watched your content for so long, Eric. It's just like, I won't say so long, but at least half a year and all your older content. That's how I picked up the hobby so quick, just watching your old stuff.
Well, some people learn faster than others, I guess, right?
Yeah. And then if your budget is $2K or less, you guys should turn off Eric's podcast, go apply to another job, get another job, get a higher paying job, get 2 jobs, whatever it takes. Because it's just hard. I mean, there's just, if you want to sift through dollar bin, like, knock your socks off. But honestly, like, if your budget's less than $2K, you're honestly just wasting your time.
Yeah, I tell people that all the time, man. If you got $500, it's hard for me to tell you to do something with that money.
I would tell them to go put it on red or black and hope for the best. that would be my advice.
Well said. You just did the whole podcast in like five.
I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, Eric, I do appreciate your pod, and I appreciate your content. It really did help me out, and it's helping me grow in the hobby. So yeah, if you guys are clueless, I'll plug Eric's program. It is a good program. So you guys are utterly clueless, you guys should buy Eric's program instead of asking him to comp cards for you. All right, Eric. That's all I got for today.
All right, Randy. All right, Randy. I appreciate it. You're the man.
Hey, later, brother. Bye.
See ya. He's a long-time listener, and he picks up well. He's made a lot of money just listening to this podcast, buying some big cards, flipping them.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
What's up, Eric? My name's Tanner. I pulled a Messi auto from Prism World Cup on Sunday out of 99. Raw, we found it around anywhere from 3 to like 45, maybe even 5K.
Okay.
I was just wondering, what do you think it's worth at a 10? There was no sales, to my knowledge.
What's the product again?
Prism World Cup 26.
Oh, wow. So what I would do is, to get the best idea, I would go to Card Ladder and I'd look up Prism World Cup Auto PSA 10. I'd find that one of the highest selling PSA 10s. Okay, there's none. Maybe none of them are back from grading yet. So hold on. Let me find something. Let me just type in Prism World Cup Auto PSA 10. I would find some of the highest ones sold. So in 2024, there was a Messi, but that's 1 out of 2. So so like in 2023, now the landscape of cards is different. This card's too old. So there's no I was going to look at this year's Prism World Cup, see any high-end PSA 10s, then kind of compare how much they went up in value to the raw, but that's not really possible. So what I would do is I would just say it would be around 2.5, I'd say roughly, times the raw value.
Okay.
Yeah, right in that range, if I had to take a guess.
All right.
Cool. Any other questions?
I think that should be it. Thank you.
Awesome, Tanner. Thanks, man.
Bye.
I think the queue is open now. Well, at least the person who just called in at least asked me what something would be worth as a 10, so he wasn't asking me to comp something. I should really make a hard stance. Asking me to comp something does nothing. It doesn't help the audience. It doesn't help you, just knowing what a card's worth. You should be calling in, asking me about strategy or how to learn something, or maybe even what to buy. That's probably a better question than just asking me, what's this card worth? Because what's this card worth? I'll do it for you, but it doesn't help you at all. Just go on Card Ladder. Or a card like that, it's I'm taking a rough guess, but I've been wrong plenty of times before. I once had a guy, this was at I forgot what card show it was, but he came up to me and he had a Monopoly 2024 Prism Wemby 1 of 1 or 1 of 2. The Nebula one. I don't know which one that is. I don't know if it's a 1 of 1, but he asked what I thought it would sell for. I told him 10 to 15K, and I think it sold for over 20. So it's just all it takes is one bidder who really wants a card to just drive up the price, because most people who bid on cards don't really know what stuff is worth, and they're just kind of buying their favorite stuff, and these are guys with a lot of money. So that's what I would say. It's I'm telling you guys this because I make my brain accessible to everybody online. Just ask me questions, but do yourself a favor and ask me questions that are actually going to help you make you money. Like Randy, the one who called in, who you guys are saying was being sarcastic, he would not call in. He called in for almost every podcast for months, and he wouldn't ask me, what's this card worth? He would ask me, I'm thinking about buying this. What do you think of this? And why this? And why that? And you said this and you said that, strategy-based stuff. So just not what's this worth? That's not making you money. I should if I was smart, I should put a hard stop on what do I think this would sell for? What is this worth? Because it doesn't do that much for you guys. That's the reality of it. Like, how do you track your data? Or like, how do you like create relationships? Like, these are the things that actually make money. And I'm just telling you guys this to help you out. So, I don't want to see you guys just waste time asking me what something's worth, because it's not going to do that much for you guys. Do you have any recommendations of students? I don't know what that means. I don't know what this means, Felipe. Elaborate for me, because I'm not exactly sure. You have Eric, you're live.
Hello, Eric. I just wanted to pick your brain on grading.
Pick my brain on... Sorry, you cut out. What was it again?
Oh, no, I just wanted to ask you a question in regards to grading.
Do it, yeah.
So, say you have a bigger card that, like PSA 10s, goes for 1.5K, but there's one small issue on it where that may drop down to 8 or 9. What are your thoughts on going back to get the subgrades?
So if a card's going to grade a PSA 9, it's probably also going to get a Beckett 9. So,
right.
and getting a PSA 9 or a Beckett 9, it's almost never worth it to actually grade the card. So I would just sell it raw. And also, a lot of the time, like, raw cards will go for higher than 9s depending on the card. Like, if you go on gemrate.com and just look at like the gem rates for a Beckett and PSA, they're always kind of relatively similar. So I would not, if something has something wrong with it, I wouldn't grade it.
Okay, so what's your overall thoughts on Beckett? Because I've heard you mention PSA a ton. I've heard you mention SGC quite a few times as well, but I never really heard you talk about Beckett.
I don't talk about it that much because it's not that great sending cards. Just because, like, most cards, it's like a $200 card, a 9.5 will be worth like $280 or like $300. It's not that great. That's why you don't see that much of it. Hopefully they rebound and people want them more, but just as it stands, there's just not a lot of money to be made. The only time I'll send cards to Beckett is if it's like a very, very high-end card, and let's say it's worth like $10,000, and a Beckett 9.5 on sometimes of these cards could be like $17,000, $18,000, and maybe there's like a light surface ding or something. And I know PSA is going to be a pain on it, so that's the only time. But it's like so one-off.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
because at least for me, the subgrades are just so attractive with Beckett, so that's why I was wanting to get your input on it.
Yeah, they're nice, and Beckett, honestly, their slabs look nicer than PSA, but just people don't want it. So just like there's not a lot of money to be made. There's no point of grading a card if it's not gonna do anything for you.
All right, appreciate you.
Hey man, thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Do you have any recommendations of students that sell on eBay? Like, recommending them in terms of, I guess I don't fully understand still. You want me to tell you about students that have their own eBays? I don't have a list of all their eBays. If that's what you're asking. Randy says, I was a student. It's a good program. It works if you apply yourself. Eric can't make you do the work. That's correct. Unfortunately, I can't show up at your house and hold your hand and click the buttons for you. If I could, I would, but I can't. This is a good question. Which card made you confident in your learning experience? You want to know a card that really changed a lot for me? I'll show you guys a card. You want a card? I'll show you guys a card. Let's see. See, this is turning back the clock right here. So this was like, oh man, I want to say 2016. I'm actually not sure, but check this card out. This is a Derek Carr. Let me see if I can find the card. It might be on here. Okay. Anyways, this was the card. And these cards, Derek Carr, like in 2015, 2016, was the man. He was like the man. Like, I don't know if you guys remember this, but like Vegas Dave, if you guys know who Vegas Dave is, he's like this kind of shady gambler, one of the first like influencer people that came into the hobby that had a following. He was buying the crap out of Derek Carr cards because he thought he was going to be amazing. He obviously wasn't, but this was like the card, and this card raw was $1,000. A Beckett 9.5 would be like $2,000, but a Beckett 9.5 with a 10 autograph would be like $4,000. And the reason being is because his autographs were so hard to grade. If you look at all of Derek Carr's autographs, they're all streaky. They all have these streaks in them. So the 10 autographs were really hard. And I bought a Derek Carr card, an out of 99 National Treasures that looks just like this. Maybe I paid like $1,200, and it was a big purchase for me. I didn't have like tons of money back then. I'm not saying I do now, but I didn't have, it was a big investment. And I bought the card for $1,200, and I thought I had a 10 autograph. I thought it looked good. It got a 10, and I really evaluated the card. I bought it at a card show, I think, and I ended up actually selling it to Vegas Dave for like, I want to say like $4,500. But from $1,200 to $4,500, that's obviously a lot of money for anybody. But that was like the first or one of the first big cards I graded where I kind of used all the skills I learned from the past year or two of being in cards, and it kind of culminated together on this card. And I actually did it again with another Derek Carr card, funny enough, a few months after that. I made a lot of money. So that was like the first card that made me confident, I guess you could say, in sports cards. It's funny how I still remember it, but I do. Derek Carr, man, he was the guy. That guy made me so much money, Derek Carr. Now he's an afterthought, but he's retired, right? Yeah, he's definitely retired, right? He's retired. Yeah. Man, what could have been? What could have been with Derek Carr from Fresno State? What could have been? All right, Adam, you're up, man.
Hello.
What's up, Adam?
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's going well. How are you?
Great. Good to talk to you again.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
I had a couple questions about,
Do it.
Yeah, so like I just picked up at my show here in St. Louis, I picked up a Ohtani SGC 10, which is worth that. It was a 2018 rookie of him pitching, and it's worth like $425 in a 10, but PSA 10 is like $820 or $840.
Okay.
So how's been your experience with like crossing it over where if they don't think it's a 10, they just leave it?
So, yeah, if you don't think it's a 10, I would leave it. You're saying an SGC 10 is $250, right?
Is $450.
Oh, $450. And then a PSA 10's. Oh, I see. And a PSA 10's like $800.
Yeah.
So I don't grade cards unless I could double my money. Obviously, with that, you're not going to be able to double your money, especially because you're going to have to spend $80 to get it graded. So personally, I would not, because it's not, like, it'll probably make you money, like, to be honest. But it's a question of not what's going to make me money, what's going to make me the most amount of money. And I just think you could do more with that capital. So for that reason, I wouldn't do it. And then if it gets a 9, you wasted all this time and, you're going to lose money. So I wouldn't, to be honest.
Okay. Right. I am kind of planning to hold it just because I can't really, I'm just trying to buy bigger cards and hold them, and then do some like flipping on the side. So that kind of leads me to my next question, which is like your stance on second year Wembies that are like, there's a bunch that are like $10 to $20 raw, and they're like going for like $220 in 10s. How would you think those would do if I were to wait until PSA opened back up to send them?
So I would say a similar thing to what I just said. Like, you're going to buy. So, like, number one, you've heard me say this a million times. I don't hold players that are playing. So you're going to have to hold those Wemby cards while he's playing because this value is so high. Just, he's really great, obviously, but something happens, those cards will really fall in value. Number two, you're just putting your money in something and you don't know when you're going to get a return, because think about it. You spend this money on these Wemby cards and then, you don't know when PSA is going to return. What do you think is going to happen when they do return with that $25 service? They're going to get absolutely like slammed. It's going to be crazy.
Right.
And those cards are going to take like 5 months to get back to you. So like, even if it all works out and you buy like a bunch of them and you make a lot of money, dude, it might take a year to make that money. It's like you could just, money is more valuable today than it is in a year from now. There's so many better investments and cards you could grade using the $80 tier today that'll make you that amount of money. So it seems cool in theory because it's sneaky and the margins are big, but just I wouldn't. I think it's a bad idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
But
So
good thinking
what-
though. Just like
Yeah.
I just think it's a bad idea, but it's a good thought.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you said that. So what is your price range right now for like the $80 grading service?
So really the minimum card I'd buy is probably $150. But it's all a game of can you double your money? That's really the whole game. But like the minimum, I had to speak for like my students, like it's rare anyone buys a card that's under 150.
Okay.
Yep.
So like this Shador Stars of the Night out of 50, I bought it for like $213. That would be kind of a good one. I could send, maybe get back. I mean, actually, no. Season will have already started, but
So yeah, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. I wouldn't send that card in for grading just because, especially like Shador and the Browns, that can go sideways real quick. I think he's an okay quarterback, but just you're gonna get the card back, and what if he's a backup or is not playing well, which odds are that's what happens because the Browns probably won't be that great. So I wouldn't grade that one just because of the timing.
Yep. All right, man. Heck yeah.
Cool. Any other questions, or you're good?
That's all I got, really. Yep.
All right, Adam. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir. Talk to you soon.
All right, talk soon. Bye. Someone said, big fan of your show from Bakersfield, California. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Andy?
Hi, you've reached Antonio Alanis. Please leave your name and...
Oh, Antonio, you, I don't think you answered there, buddy.
Oh.
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey, what's up, Eric? This is Bobby calling from Cali.
What's up, Bobby? How can I help?
Hey, quick question. I know you predominantly hold, or I guess PC, true vintage, but
Yep.
Being from Cali, obviously we love Kobe here.
Yep.
And not necessarily his like huge autos or anything like that, but like his 90s inserts. In 10s, obviously they're pretty valuable right now, a couple grand I would say, but the like 9s and 8s are in like the $800 to $500 range, and I know like Jordan 90s inserts and 80s inserts kind of go crazy. Do you think that Kobe's will have a similar effect over time?
Not ever to that degree, because Jordan is just regarded as the GOAT. And also you're seeing a big swing in his prices because the people, like, think about it, like the people who are like 40 years old now they're getting like real money in their lives. Now these people have real money. These are the ones that saw Jordan growing up. So it's kind of both, but it'll never, like, you never know, obviously, but most likely it'll never see those same prices as Jordan because one's regarded as the GOAT. So,
Okay, I copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I just personally, I'm a fan of the guy, so I tend to collect those, and I was just curious if they would ever like hold real value. But I appreciate your time.
They hold real value for sure. Just not the same value as Jordan. It's just two different tiers of value, I guess.
Okay, I copy. Well, thank you again.
Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate it.
All right, bye bye.
All right, Callie. Again. Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey Eric, how you doing? I'm a huge fan.
Thanks, man.
Been following you. Was able to buy like a lot of my cards starting off watching you, and I mean obviously some other people that I've been watching. The question I have is, I'm planning on selling like a majority of my PSA cards, and I'm working with a couple of buyers to kind of sell them. And then they're kind of, this is my first time selling like a big lot of anything. And then they're throwing out like I kind of have a mixture of the value of like the 30 cards that are graded that I have is around 25,000. And then they're offering me, they're saying that the pricing of the percentage wise, I'm trying to figure out what I should be selling the percentage of my cards for. They're saying it's around 90%. One's saying 92. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, who's saying 92?
Just the buyers that I'm trying to sell to.
Oh, okay.
Guys that I've met through like, going through shows. And
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm planning on meeting them sometime this week. But this is my first time ever selling like a big, I've been just collecting, selling like one or two cards here and there, but like, just going off card letter, but like value. But I kind of went through all the value of all like the 30 PSA cards that I have that I graded. And then it's coming around 25,000. And then talking to them, they're like, "Oh, I can offer you like 90 to 92%." What are your thoughts?
It's pretty fair, honestly. I sell most of my cards around that, anyways. You're not really gonna do much more because even if you go to eBay, they're gonna whack you with a 13% fee or wherever you go. So unless like 92% is a pretty fair offer. I mean, I would take it if these are cards you're looking to sell. I don't think you'll do much better.
Do you think that's a good pricing for what I'm trying to do? Just trying to sell off all the cards. 92% is a good price.
What do the cards consist of? Like,
there's a lot of football. There's a lot of quarterbacks. I have some Josh Allen. I have a Manga Bo Nix, which is a bigger one. I have some Joey B, signed Joey B. And then there's some I have like a older like Fleer Shaq. I have an older Tim Duncan that are like 9, and then Shaq's 10. I mean, it's just like such a broad mix, and then a little bit of baseball in there as well.
Yeah, I would. The only way you're gonna get more value than that, than the 92%, is selling them individually and like going to card shows, and it'd be so much time and so much of a grind. I personally, if I was looking to sell a bunch of cards and I got a 92% offer, shit, I would probably take it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Eric. I'm a huge fan.
Hey, man.
Continue watching, so continue doing the best that you do.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
You too. Somebody asked, is Prime LLC legit? Yeah, Prime LLC is our like accounting partner because for years people kept asking us like, what should I do about our taxes? And I'm not an accountant, so they're our accounting partners. When you enter into the program, you could sign up on a call with them, and they'll hook you up with an LLC. They'll do your taxes for you if you want. Are you in the program? How do you know about Prime? I guess unless I've talked about it on here, which I don't think I have. But yeah, they're Prime LLC is they're out in Utah. They're like $100 million plus company. They're like a big company. The owner's super cool. His name's Steve. That was.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Yes, sir. This is Joe Garcia from Cali, first-time caller.
What's up, man? Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, I inherited a card from my uncle, and I can't find a price for it. It's a 2021 Topps Finest Archives Signature Series 1/1 Pedro Martinez Auto.
Nice. It's probably worth about like $200 to $300.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, that's not going to be like something crazy. Yeah.
Okay. No, just because I thought it was a 1/1 and it's an auto.
Yeah. It usually like 1/1s that are like rookie cards. If it was like a rookie card of Pedro Martinez from whenever he was a rookie, then it would be worth, tens of thousands, maybe $100,000. But those aren't worth too much. They're worth a little bit, but not crazy amounts of money.
Yeah, it came back a PSA 8.
Yeah, the good thing is that it doesn't matter too much with that stuff because it's a 1/1. People don't care as much. So yeah, there's like a one-on-one archives that's sold. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it actually is worth like $400. Looking at this,
Okay.
looking at these comps in that range.
All right. Thank you, Eric.
Hey man, thanks for calling in.
Appreciate it. Thank
You
you.
too.
Bye.
All right. Any more callers? I got time for one more. I got time for uno mas. Much love from Rochester. Big boss, can't believe how many people hate you, bro. You made it. What'd I make? Actually, honestly, I'm surprised there's not more hate. I mean, I mean, it's the internet, right? Like the internet. Without trolls on the internet, it's nothing. It's like that is the internet. But it's because I sell something, right? Like we run a lot of ads. You know, a lot of people don't like people that sell something. But I'll always use the reference, people have this bad connotation with selling things, right? Like I'll finish my thought after this caller. 1 second. You have Eric, you are live.
Hi, Eric.
What's up, man? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Jeremy from Pennsylvania.
Jeremy, what's up, dude?
Hey, first-time caller, long-time listener.
Welcome.
Appreciate everything I've learned from you.
Thank you.
Hey, so you might have touched on this topic once already, but speaking in a grade 9, does a CGC sell for like 30% less as compared to a PSA?
Card dependent, but yes, for the most part, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it's a 97 Skybox EX 2001 MJ.
Ooh,
Jordan number 9.
I would definitely send that card in for grading. What's it worth?
So it's already graded. I bought it as a CGC 9, and
Oh wow.
I got like a great deal on it. I just wanted to make sure. Plans of flipping it. Wanted to make sure price wise I was thinking, along the right lines.
Yeah, let me look up that card for you because that could be a tricky one. What is it again? It's say the name of it one more time.
97 Skybox EX 2001 number 9, Michael Jordan.
And yours is a CGC 9.
Correct.
CGC 9. I don't see any sales of a CGC 9, but
I just bought it last week off Fanatics.
What'd you pay?
$540 shipped to me.
Interesting.
And then the PSA 9 is what, like $1,700, something like that.
Yeah, PSA 9 is $2,000 the last sale.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have all intentions of flipping this card. I was just gonna set the price like 30% below a PSA 9.
Yeah, I would. Honestly, you got a pretty good deal. I would. Just hopefully someone doesn't see your comp. That's kind of what you're hoping for. But I would yeah, I would set it at like $1,400 and see what happens. Maybe you'll get an offer of like $1,000.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Couple other questions here.
Do it. Yeah, do it.
Wembies. Your Wembies.
Yeah.
When are you planning on like unloading them? Before the start of the season? They have over the next couple of years, I'd say, a pretty high chance of winning a championship. You try to hold them until then. What's your game plan on your Wembies?
I never hold players that are actively playing. I'll sell them all before the season starts because just odds are, I know everybody thinks he's great and he is great, and everyone like thinks the Spurs are gonna win a championship, which I actually don't think they're gonna beat the Thunder, to be honest. But I sell them all before the season because most guys don't live up to that expectation, so all of them will be sold.
Right. And I know you've said that in the past.
Yep.
So, okay. Next question.
Yep.
Connor Griffin.
Yes.
You said you were just looking into buying him. His value's down.
Correct.
He's coming back here in a couple weeks, like end of the month. If he gets hot, the Pirates have a outside chance of making a wild card spot. Is that what you're kind of hoping for, or are you planning on buying him now and holding till spring training next year?
Oh no, I'm hoping for the exact opposite. So I'm only gonna buy him once his season is like ended and the Pirates are out of it.
Okay, so I mean the Pirates like kind of aren't out of it right now, and his value's down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it another few weeks because I think it'll continue to go down, especially as it gets closer to the playoffs. People are dumping their money in guys that are in the playoffs, and people kind of forget. So I think it'll go down a little bit. Just trying to get, obviously buy it at the best possible time.
Okay. I guess one more question. Do you ever take your buyback offers from PSA?
Me personally, no. I sell most of my stuff at card shows, especially for the content. But like my students do, like once in a while. I wouldn't say most of the time, no, they don't. But once in a while, they do.
Okay. I got a PSA order back the other week, and I took the offer on 3 of them, and that was my first PSA order. So I thought the offers were actually pretty good somehow.
Yeah, sometimes they are. Sometimes they are because PSA is not comp checking every card. They have some sort of algorithm, AI, or something, and sometimes the comps play into your favor, and it'll be a really strong offer. But sometimes it'll be an absolutely terrible offer. It could be either or.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Those were my questions for now. Hopefully I'll get some more and I'll call in at a later date.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, okay. One last caller. Last one. I have to finish my thought.
Please leave your message.
Okay. What was my thought? What was I saying?
It was about...
What was it again before I end this thing? What was it? Haters, something. I forget. I was replying to one of your guys' comments. That's why I should probably finish my thought. Oh, I think what I was saying is like, well, just the internet. Like yes. So like the reason I get hate, and honestly, like I'm shocked I don't get much more. I'm not saying this to like make myself look good. Like in the world of sports cards, there's so many people that like are very sensitive about it, I guess you could say, right? Because it's like their hobby, they love it, which is great. So I'm like surprised there's not like more people that make hate content specifically of me. Just to be blunt, I'm surprised there's not more like Reddit threads and YouTube videos. But yeah, like anyone who sells something, people don't like that, right? Just it's the reality of the world because salesmen get a bad rap because like car salesmen, what they'll do is they'll try to squeeze every penny out of you and sell cars that are worth $20,000. They'll try to get $22,000, $23,000. And people don't like being squeezed for every dollar they have, right? So that's why people who sell things get a bad rap. I always give the example of the mattress I bought. I went into a mattress firm years ago with my buddy, and we were like, let's just buy some great mattresses. I don't know why we don't have good mattresses because, you spend 8 hours a day in it. I was looking to buy one for like $2,000 or $3,000. The salesman kind of pressed me buying. He knew I could afford it. I ended up buying one for $5,000. Like, yes, he sold me on buying something, especially in me spending more money than I intended. One of the greatest decisions I've ever made. The mattress gets like 8 degrees cooler than room temperature. So there's like salesmen that sell you things that are actually good. Like if you buy my program and I teach you how to make money with cards and it helps you make $2,000 a month, that's obviously a good thing, right? So, that's just the reality of the internet. And yeah, like someone said that people don't hate unless you're doing something right. Like the reality for that guy who makes the hate videos of me that you guys comment on, like people only make hate videos of people, especially like in the world of like online internet, right? Everybody's goal is to get views and followers, right? Like that's why I do this podcast, because it gets a lot of views. It generates a lot of followers. A lot of people buy my program, right? And I'm able to monetize off of this podcast. I love to do it and give you guys free value, which is fantastic too. But that's the bottom line reality. So like anybody who makes hate content or any type of content of somebody always has more followers. Like think about it. Like when I make videos of, like I just made a video today talking about like the 101 Ohtani card and Cooper Flag card. The reason I do that is one, it's interesting, but two, those names are bigger than mine, right? Like Cooper Flag is a bigger name than Eric Michael, obviously. So is Shohei Ohtani. So I know I could leverage their audience and leverage their followers. So the people who make hate videos of me, I don't know like how many followers they have, but I could almost certainly guarantee they have a lot less followers and engagement. Maybe not engagement, but a lot less followers, because you only make hate videos and hate stuff of people who are above you in the world of social media. That's why Logan Paul gets so much hate, because he has so many followers. People say the name Logan Paul, they're like, oh my God, I'm not comparing myself to Logan Paul. Obviously, his following is like a gajillion times more than mine. But I thought what was interesting is Logan Paul once said that. So like I always found this interesting about my podcast. So like the day I launched this podcast, which was like 2 years ago, I was like, wow, like I think literally like 20% of the people that are going to call in are going to be people that like, hate people, trolls, whatever. Literally, this is like insane to say this out loud. So Logan Paul once said that this guy gets like thousands of hate comments like on his, like when he posts stuff, right? He says not one person ever in his life, besides for one person ever, has ever come up to him in real life, like trying to troll him or hate on him or whatever. And literally in this podcast, I have probably taken like 4,000 calls at this point, right? Of you guys calling into this nice little cell phone. Not one person has ever called in to say like, you're a scam, you suck. There's been like a few people that have called in and like prank call and like they'll like, I guess, make funny noises or sounds or something like that. But like, it's crazy. And also like at the card show, for example, like the National Card Show, dude, there's plenty of people there that don't like me. Of course, right? They see my content. They're like, look at this asshole that's selling something. And I'm not saying this to like, come up to me, I want to fight. That's not what I'm saying at all. But not one person ever has come up to me on like, literally, I got like, it was actually kind of overwhelming to be honest, but literally every third minute I had somebody coming up to me saying, thank you so much, I learned from your content, or, wanted to take a picture, whatever. And I find that very fascinating, because if I didn't like somebody online, I would call in to their podcast and be like, yo, I don't agree with this, and that. But yeah, someone said keyboard warriors, but this is not me trying to start some sort of like, online feud. I could truly care less of the people that make hate content. It's just part of the internet. It's like the sky's blue. There's trolls on the internet, right? That's just like the reality of it, especially when you sell something like, like Tony Robbins, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Tony Robbins is. This guy's changed my life. He's changed tons of people's lives. This guy has more scam videos and more hate videos than anybody online. Same thing with Grant Cardone. He's a little dicey. He's a little, I guess, controversial in what he says. But like Tony Robbins is like the greatest human being ever. This guy's donated tens and tens of millions of dollars to charity. This guy's built hundreds and hundreds of schools. This guy is like all about being a great person. And go type in Tony Robbins online, a scam online. Dude, there's endless. It's just the internet, man. That's just like I said, the sky's blue. There's trolls on the internet. And the reason there are trolls on the internet is because people make that content because people feed off of negativity, right? So like the people that watch hate videos of me and like, yeah, like he's a loser, like what he said the wrong comp or whatever it is, those people will never buy my program anyways, right? People that, usually people like that have less money anyways, so they can't really afford to spend, thousands of dollars on sports cards anyways. But yeah, that's just like how the internet goes. That's just the reality of it. But like, I'll leave you off with this, like the reasons that some of that content does so well. So, some of you guys, or a lot of you guys, have probably watched the news, especially if you ever watched the news in New York. You would notice that like 9 out of 10 things they talk about are negative. Like this person got stabbed on the subway. This person like committed a crime. This person did this, and that's all negative. But it's because humans react to negativity 10 times faster than positivity. So like when you were in high school and somebody donated to charity, nobody gave a shit, right? Not saying it's right or wrong, just nobody cared. When somebody cheated on their girlfriend, that spread like crazy, right? Because humans feed off of negativity. So like that Boston guy and whoever makes hate videos of me, that content probably does really well and gets a lot of engagement because people love that shit. It's like human nature. Like people love negativity. They love spreading rumors, gossip. It's just like the reality of how we're wired. So yeah, it's just kind of, but I'll always, more than happy to answer your guys' questions. I don't watch any of the videos of any of these people make, so I kind of use this chat, what I'm looking at right here, to give me the updates on who makes the hate videos, and I'm more than happy to reply to anything. But it's just how it goes. But I'm here to service and help you guys create some extra income with cards. We'll be back tomorrow. We do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern.